Now the Highlander isn't the coolest car out there. This is made for families. So let's talk about all the cool features that you have here for families. First and foremost, every Highlander comes standard with a third row, and let me show you how to get into that. Now there are many ways to fold the second row to get into the third row, but the easiest is to just pull this latch right here and the seat just folds forward and you can hop into the third row. Now some of the families that buy the Highlander might have a car seat in the back, so they probably don't want to fold the top half to get into the third row. You can pull this latch right here to move the second row forward and back and not fold the top half, so you can hop into the third row. Not much room, but enough to really make it work if you need to. Now say for example, there's somebody tall in the third row and they need some extra legroom. If you're feeling kind, you can use the same latch to slide the second row forward and back a few inches to give the third row passenger that's tall some extra legroom if you're feeling a little bit kind-hearted. And then say for example, you need to fold the second row for some extra cargo capacity. You use this latch right here and it folds the top half to give you some more room to load in extra cargo. Now obviously I'm going to get into the third row to show you if it's roomy or not. You have a total of 27.7 inches of legroom. I'm almost 6 foot tall, so I'm getting back here and I'm going to pull the seat back. And nope, not good for me, but probably good for a small child or something. Now say you're one of the unlucky ones that does end up sitting in the third row. You don't have much amenities back here. You don't have a USB charger or anything like that, but you do have 2 cup holders on either side to keep yourself hydrated, but that's really about it. So I think somebody at Toyota finally figured out that Highlander buyers are buying third-party side rear window shades here, so they included that as standard now in every Highlander trim. It's manual, but hey, it's better than having some corny kitty graphic third-party side rear window shade. The 2020 Toyota Highlander can be had as a 7 or 8 passenger vehicle. If you go for the 7 passenger option, you get 2 captain chairs for the second row, and you can only get the 7 passenger option on the XLE models and above. Once you hop into the second row, you will enjoy 41 inches of legroom, and that is very, very nice for this segment. It is very comfortable back here, very spacious. One of the best second rows in this segment by far. Not many cool things going on in the second row, but every 2020 Toyota Highlander does come standard with tri-zone climate control. So you have your own climate control system, you have 2 USB ports for your charging needs, and then if you want second row heated seats, you have to go for the expensive top of the line Platinum model. Now, since this is a family vehicle, there's tons of storage around here, but 2 of my favorite storage areas and one of the most creative storage areas I've seen in recent times are right here. There's a place to put your wallet, keys, hand sanitizer, which you should always carry around, place to put your phone, and that same storage area is right there in front of the passenger as well. Pricing for the 2020 Toyota Highlander starts at $34,600 for the base model. The high-end Platinum model starts right below $47,000. This here is the XLE all-wheel drive V6 model as equipped here. You're looking at $44,498. Would you pay north of $50,000 for a Toyota Highlander? I guess not, but let me know in the comments if you will. But a fully loaded Toyota Highlander Platinum can run you north of $50,000. This here is the XLE model. This is the model that I would probably stay at and load it up with options, because a lot of the cool features that you see here or across the Toyota Highlander lineup can be had at the XLE trim for around less than $40,000 or $40,000 plus dollars. A lot of Toyota buyers love their hybrids. I'm not a fan of hybrids, but you can get the Highlander in a hybrid model. This one here in particular is powered by a 3.5 liter V6, making 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque, and it's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. The 2020 Toyota Highlander will do 0 to 60, and who really cares, because nobody's buying this for 0 to 60 times. But if you do care, it will do it in 7.2 to 7.5 seconds. So if you care about 0 to 60 times, there you go. Surprisingly enough, you have a ton of drive modes. You have Sport, Normal, and Eco, and then you have Mud and Sand, Rock and Dirt, and Snow for when you go off-roading in your Toyota Highlander. I don't know who's really going to take this thing off-roading, but if you do ever decide to hit the rock and dirt and mud and sand, you have those buttons, but I don't think anybody's ever going to use them. When it comes to fuel economy, the V6 all-wheel drive Highlander here can get pretty thirsty. You get 20 city, 27 highway miles a gallon. You have an 18-gallon tank capacity. I am averaging a total of 17.5 miles a gallon. So yeah, pretty thirsty. As usual, this segment is loaded with options, but the Toyota Highlander is now facing some tough competition from cars like the Kia Telluride and the Hyundai Palisade, which are really offering a lot of bang for your buck. However, the Toyota Highlander's reliability and quality is really unbeatable, and it is still one of the best-selling vehicles in the United States. I was never a fan of the way the previous Highlander models looked, but the 2020 model here looks so bold and chiseled and luxurious. This one kind of reminds me of a shark, especially with that color. I love the grille. I love the sleek headlamps. Overall, it's a very luxurious look, and the Highlander definitely needed that because it is now competing with cars like the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, and the Mazda CX-9. My favorite design elements include the sculpted side body panel there. It gives it a very aggressive stance. And I love the way the rear taillights remind me of the Lexus LX and other Lexus SUV models because the Highlander definitely needed to look more luxurious. All 2020 Toyota Highlander models come standard with LED headlamps and LED daytime running lights, and I absolutely love that. If you want LED adaptive headlamps, you have to go for the Platinum model, which is the top of the line model. Let's go check out the taillights in the back. You also get standard LED tail lamps, and again, they remind me of the Lexus LX design, and I really like that a lot. It definitely gives it a more luxurious and classy feel. The color you're looking at here is called Moon Dust, and it is a cool color, but it's not a color that I would get the Highlander in. I would probably go for Midnight Black or Blueprint. Those are my two favorite colors. I do want to warn you though, some of the color options cost an extra $495. Pretty cool wheel design here. XLE models and below get 18-inch alloy wheels. If you want 20-inch alloy wheels, you have to go for the Highlander Limited or Platinum model. You get a total of 16 cubic feet behind the third row. To fold the third row if you need more room, you simply just do this. There's no fancy automatic button stuff going on here. With the third row folded, you get 48 cubic feet, and with the second row folded, you get 84 cubic feet. And to put the third row back up, just pull this little rope here and just lock it into place like that. I love the fact that it's manual and not automatic because those can take a while. The inside of the 2020 Toyota Highlander is an amazing place to be. Toyota is well known for their quality built interiors, and the Highlander here does not disappoint at all. You can tell that Toyota did cater the interior to families with things like lots of storage, lots of cup holders, lots of legroom for the second row, amongst many other things. Overall, the interior here is very well put together. It is very comfortable here, and it actually feels like a luxurious interior from a Lexus. XLE models and above get this 7-inch digital information display, and it's nothing too fancy. You can just look at your speed, you can look at your fuel economy, your eco indicator, and then you can scroll down to your driving support, driver assist, your media, any tire pressure or any other warnings about the car, and then you can play with your driver assist settings, but that's about it. There's nothing too fancy going on here. One of the coolest things I saw here in the Highlander is this little graphic that shows you all the doors that are open and all the seats that don't have their seatbelts on. So for example, if I close the driver door, you will see that door disappears, and I have the passenger seatbelt buckled in, so you can see that's good to go. The rest of the seats are not putting on their seatbelts, so I have to turn around and yell at them, and probably yell at myself too because I don't have my seatbelt on either. Every 2020 Toyota Highlander comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen display that houses the infotainment system. I do wish they would update the graphics on this infotainment system because other competitors are really killing it in the infotainment game, especially the Hyundai Palisade and the Kia Telluride. Just to give you a quick tour, this is the home screen. This is the menu screen where you can select through different apps, phone, audio, and destination. This is how the map looks. Nothing too crazy. And you do have Apple CarPlay, you do have Android Auto as standard. You have to pay extra for the native navigation system, but I wouldn't recommend it because you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and you could just use Google Maps for all your navigation needs. Overall, the infotainment system is pretty easy to use. It's easy to navigate, glitch-free. However, they do face some tough competition from brands like Hyundai and Kia, which are putting things like driver talk and quiet mode and soothing sounds into their cars. Those things I think can benefit the Toyota infotainment system. When it comes to driver assist tech, you do have a cool rear view camera. I don't have that option here, but it's like a little drone that flies around the car and gives you a 360 view. I just have a regular rear view camera, nothing too spicy here at all. Heated front seats are standard on XLE models and above. If you want heated second row seats, you can only get those on the Platinum model. If you want a heated steering, you can only get that on the Limited and the Platinum model, but you get heated front seats on XLE and above. For your charging needs, you have 3 USB ports right there. The left one is for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto projection. The other 2 are just for charging. If you want a wireless charger, you have to go for the XLE models and above, and the wireless charger is located right here under the center armrest. You get a total of 8 cup holders and 4 bottle holders. You get 2 cup holders in the front right there, 2 for the second row right there, and then obviously third row passengers can get really thirsty because they might be stuck here for a long time. They get 2 on each side. All right, so this might not be the most fun vehicle that I've test driven, but it is a really popular car here in the United States. So now that I've answered all of your questions about the 2020 Toyota Highlander, let me give you my opinion on what I think about this family crossover SUV, because very soon we're going to be seeing this thing everywhere on our roads. So let's get to it. The Toyota Highlander is one of the brand's best-selling vehicles and one of the best-selling family cars in the United States. So upgrading something that's that good can be quite a challenge and pretty scary. Nonetheless, Toyota had to do something quick with the Highlander because it is starting to face some really tough competition from cars like the Kia Telluride and the Hyundai Palisade, which are continuing to offer buyers a lot of bang for their buck. Now, I've never been that excited about the Toyota Highlander, but I can totally understand why families love this car. After spending a week with it, I totally understand why this is one of the best-selling family SUVs out there. It's convenient, it's reliable, it's got great quality, and it could just run for miles and miles. People will definitely buy this more than lease it and keep it for years to come. As a daily driver, this thing is extremely smooth. There's no issues in terms of handling road imperfections. You can pop it in sport mode, and not many people will. Not many people will use all the drive modes here at all, but 0 to 60 does come in 7.2 seconds. And that's pretty on par with the rest of the segment. So in terms of performance, it's okay. But in terms of comfort, this thing is outstanding. My top picks in this segment include the Kia Telluride, the Hyundai Palisade, and the Mazda CX-9. And while you can look cooler driving those cars, you cannot deny Toyota's reliability and their quality. It is just unbeatable all around. So if you're in the market for a family crossover SUV, make sure you test drive the Toyota Highlander amongst all the other top picks that I have. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Omar Drives, because that's where I get all the questions that I answer in these videos, and share my channel with your friends. And I'll see you next time. Take care.